What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. I want to talk to y'all about the importance of having good people in your life, man, and how when you do have good people in your life, one of your number one priorities should be to never mess it up with the good people that you have. Reason being, number one, is it's just not a smart thing to do. But if we gonna just go past that obvious point and then go straight to number two is it's not a lot of those type of people walking around. And when you get good people in your life that you know are genuinely down for you, they don't have no type of agendas or ulterior motives. They ain't worried about how much money you got. They ain't worried about your status and how popular you are. They not worried about none of that. They just are down with you. That's really, really hard to find and really rare on any level. Any level. I don't care if it's, you can talk about, man, this a good woman, a good man, a good friend, whatever it is, it's very rare. So in that regard, good people are really, really hard to replace. So once you uh, mess it off, once you squander it off, man, and you realize it, then it's very difficult, man. You beat yourself up because you know that, as they say, you had a good thing and you lost it. So many of us have gone through life, man, like I say, whether it's friendships, relationships, where we know that we were the ones who did something messed up that caused that person to leave our life. You know, whether we just ran them off, just, man, get away from me, I don't want to deal with you no more, whatever it is, or whether just our behavior was so messed up over a period of time that they were just like, man, I can't do this no more. And then they removed themselves. When you come to your senses and you start to see how the rest of the world is on certain levels, then you realize, man, I had something that was very, very rare. I had something that was like, this ain't the norm. And if you are fortunate enough to have those kind of good people around you early on in life, then we can make the mistake sometimes of taking that for granted and just feeling like this is just what it is. So when you lose that person or those people, then you start to see what it really is with us. Like, man, it's really tough, man. This person was really, really a rare thing. And then you start to kick yourself like, yeah, I messed up. I lost something that is very hard to replace. And that's what we got to be aware of, the appreciation of the people that we have in our life. And not necessarily because of the material things that somebody is doing for you. That's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. That comes with it because good people will do things for you on a material level. But I'm just talking about that moral support. I'm talking about that ear when you got something to say. I'm talking about that shoulder to lean on. I'm talking about that ride or die. You know, if something going on, they the first ones, they're the last ones to leave. These are the types of people. And the ones who gonna call you on your BS, the ones who will tell you when you in the wrong when nobody else might not tell you that. You know, like I say, you got different levels. So you may have people that are in high positions of power. You know, you might be the owner of the company, man. You might be a $1 million athlete, $1 million rapper, whatever. I mean, just don't matter. You might just be the one that everybody looks to as, oh, that's the leader. And nobody challenges you. Nobody checks you. But that person will. That person will tell you when you're wrong. See, that is almost, if not a more valuable asset than somebody who will give you money or help you out when you need. Nah, that's more valuable because those are the types of things that keep us in check, that straighten us up when we start to veer off and egos or whatever we got going on start to take control. So you don't want to be that person who beats yourself up, but because you lost a good person. You know, it's really tough to deal with that. You know, and in relationships, it's worse. It's really worse because In relationships, that's a situation where people are always struggling to find the right person. I always look, man, I just want to find a good woman. I want to find a good man. You know, and many people have had that and they blew it. So you spend your whole life trying to search something to match what you had that you lost. And in a lot of cases, man, it's very difficult. And if you do, man, you really, really got a blessing. You got a double blessing to find somebody else that was on the same plane as that which you lost, especially if you was the one or when you were the one who blew it in the first place. So we got to keep that in mind as we move forward, man. The value of good people, man. There's so much going on in this world, so much madness, and so much scandal in terms of people targeting and doing everything that they can to try to take advantage of a good person. So it's like a war out here. It's like a war going on out here, man. You can't even go buy a car. It's like the person that try to sell the car, he trying to sell you lemon, he trying to get over on you some kind of way. It's more the ratio negative to positive. The negative is such a high percentage, man, that it's really tough to sift through it to find those needles in a haystack that you can look at and say, man, I was really blessed with a good person. So recognize what you got when you got it. Because the worst thing to do is to realize what you had once you lose it. And you can't get it back. Alright, man, this is your big brother K-Rino. Treat people the way you want to be treated, man. If you got somebody that's rocking with you and that's down with you, make sure that you give them that same type of push, that same force. You meet that same positive force that they're giving you. You match that with them. And that'll help you in the long run. I'll catch y'all later on, man. Peace and blessings.